the Afghan military is fighting for a government that many are see as corrupt. They're fighting for a government that is not giving them the resources they need to have success on the battlefield. Many of them are not being paid for months, if not longer. Unit commanders are keeping soldiers who aren't actually there. These are called ghost soldiers, and collecting their pay. Sometimes they're doing things like selling fuel, weapons, and ammunition on the black market, sometimes even to the Taliban. And when these units are besieged by the Taliban, when these bases and combat outposts or towns and districts and cities are surrounded by the Taliban, they're not getting reinforced. So the motivations for the Afghan for the Afghan military to fight hard and fight to the death for the government are very, very low. Meanwhile, they're going up against a force that has a very high morale because of its success on the battlefield, and who believes it's waging war to establish the Islamic emirate of Afghanistan, that there's actual religious justification. And if they die, they're dying to fight for a cause that is, that has religious justification. It's a complete mismatch. It's a major reason why the Taliban is making sweeping gains across the country. The Taliban is taking out key nodes. The only way the Afghan government, the Afghan military can reinforce these areas to reestablish a beachhead, so to speak, and reinitiate the fight against the Taliban in these far-flung provinces would have been via these airports, and the Taliban is beginning to deny it. It's key infrastructure for both the Afghan government and the Taliban. The Afghan government is not going to be able to roll convoys up into Kunduz city or out in far west in the Farah province. That just isn't going to happen because they're losing on the battlefield. And the priority now is going to be the defense of Kabul. Whatever forces are remaining that are in the Kabul area in the provinces around them, they're going to be used for the defense of Kabul. The provinces at this point, unless something dramatically changes, and I don't see how that's possible, these provinces will remain under Taliban control. This offensive that was organized by the Taliban has been in the works for a decade. The Taliban realized that taking control of rural areas in Afghanistan was key for it to be able to take the provinces and then take the cities and march on to Kabul. US military commanders and NATO commanders, they dismissed this and said the only thing the Afghan government should be worried about is defending the cities. The Taliban organized this offensive, again, over the course of a decade. It pre-positioned forces in these rural areas. It expanded its control. And then once President Biden announced the withdrawal from Afghanistan on April 14th, the Taliban sprung this offensive and made rapid gains while US commanders, including the chairman and joint chiefs of staff, were denying what was happening. This is an intelligence failure on a massive scale.